Hi guys. So this is kind of a piggyback on the last video that you saw, but also a brand new video too. So I had to call 911, and it was because my blood pressure had dropped so low that I could not get a reading on my trusty dusty meter. You see it's very close to me right now. I've had 2 episodes. Technically 3 different events, not the same. The first one, I didn't do anything. I ignored it, hoped it would go away, thought it was a fluke. But then it happened again, almost 6 weeks later to the day. It was 1 day short of being exactly 6 weeks later. And my blood pressure dropped low. We had trouble getting it up. I was on the phone with my mom at the time, and my husband was here, and my daughter was here, and all of them were like, you need to call 911. You need to go to the hospital. I didn't want to call 911 because, as you know, we don't have insurance for my husband and myself. My daughter does. We do not. So I really don't want to be incurring bills I don't need. Like, I don't need extra bills. But I was having trouble getting it to come up, and it was getting a bit scary. So I was doing all the things. I was drinking the pickle juice. I was putting some salt on my tongue, and I finally said, okay, call 911. So they call 911, and they come out, as you know, and I was fine when they left until about an hour after they left. And at that point, that was a Friday. It was January 16th. And I remember that because it was my nephew's birthday. So easy to remember the date. So they came out. They left because I was fine. I didn't want to go to the hospital. Again, no extra bills. They did check. They got a reading. I was getting a reading. I was feeling better. The pain was gone until an hour after they left. Then the pain came back. Just kind of recapping my last video. Fast forward to this one. I don't exactly remember the date. I went to see my doctor on the 21st. So this was the following Monday. So whatever, my phone. So whatever the date is from the 21st of January to the following Monday, I had an event. My doctor had me keeping track of my blood sugar readings, ironically not my blood pressure, my blood sugar readings, because my A1C came back high. And I'm not surprised that it came back high because no insurance, no insulin. So until I found discounted insulin, I was doing without. So that made my A1C go up. It's an average of 3 months. I'm not surprised. Kind of stinks though, because with my eyes, I already don't want it to be high, let alone everything else. So again, fast forward. I was calling in every Monday my blood sugar readings, and my doctor's nurse happened to call me back. Hey, the doctor's looked over your numbers and he wants you to continue to keep track. And I'm like, hey, by chance, I had him on the phone, right? I was having an issue right at that moment that she called. It was freaking me out. I have never had it before. I was having an episode of tachycardia. And I know what that is because I took medical billing and coding. I know some medical terms. But I told her my heart rate, like the heartbeat, was high, but my blood pressure was amazing. And I was just sitting there doing nothing. Like literally I was sitting right here doing absolutely nothing. And my heart rate was 129, 118, 130. Like it kept going up. And it had been that way for probably about a half an hour before I talked to her. And she's like, let me talk to the doctor. He may want you to wear a heart monitor. And she called me right back. And she's like, I'll call you back after I talk to him. Right back, like right back. And she's like, the doctor wants you to go to the ER right away because you could be having a heart attack. Here's the problem with that. My daughter was due to get off the bus in 15 minutes. My husband was due to be home in an hour. My husband had taken my car. So yeah, I had no way to get there other than calling 911, which again, I don't want to do if I don't have to. So I kept trying to call my husband, and of course he was at work, so I wasn't getting a hold of him. But it was almost time for him to get off work. My daughter got home. Never been so relieved to have her home because I knew if something happened, she could call 911. I knew I'd be okay. So I told her what was going on, and she immediately started trying to call her dad too. And she finally got a hold of him when he got off work. His phone had died. So when he got off work, he plugged it in, and when it came on, he had gotten a message from her, call right away. So we told him what was going on. He came home, and we went straight to the ER. And at that point, I was still in tachycardia. And they did an EKG on me. They did chest x-ray on me. They put a heart monitor on me. It did eventually come down. I did not have a heart attack, which I was concerned about. That one or both of those events that I had could have been. I've never had one, didn't know what it would be like. The ER doctor reassured me that if I had indeed had a heart attack, I'd be dead. And that if I ever think I'm having a heart attack, I need to call 911 and get there right away. Which, I know that. I know that. I didn't do that, but I know that. I didn't know what was going on. It was strange. It happened out of the blue. So, everything, except for, of course, my blood sugar, came back okay, except for I did have a UTI. So they gave me an antibiotic for that. My kidneys were perfect, which is amazing because when I got my hip in 2017, they informed me that I was in stage 2 kidney disease and asked me if I knew that. I did not. And everybody has some form of kidney disease, but I was stage 2 then, and I'm actually not in any stage, not even stage 1 now. Like, no stage, which is amazing. So that is good. He said my liver looked great, which surprises me because when my doctor had done the blood work a few days, maybe a week before that, my enzymes were really high. And who knows, maybe that was the UTI and I didn't know it. So what is going on with me? What do I have? I was concerned about an aortic dissection. My doctor reassured me that if I had that, I would be quickly taken to my knees in pain and it would continue to get worse and not get better. The ER doctor told me that I have something called syncope. And if you don't know what that is fainting. When my blood pressure went low, I was beginning to faint both those times. And I think, now this is me, I didn't ask the doctor about this, but I'm pretty sure it's probably the case. This has been very distressing for me. I've been doing a lot of research on what could be potentially going on, and a lot of it is scary, like heart attack, aortic dissection, very scary, congestive heart failure. I didn't have any of those, okay? My heart is great. Thank you, Lord. My heart is great. But I have syncope, and I'm probably going to butcher the name. It's vasovagal. And there are so many things that could trigger it. If I'm in a room where it's too hot, or any temperature change, if I sit too long or stand too long, if I go to the bathroom just right, it could trigger it. So there are so many things that could trigger it. Acid reflux can trigger it, and I have been diagnosed with that. And I thought maybe my Diet Coke was setting off acid reflux and triggering it. But I have recently discovered that that is not it. I have had the same